Huh. Had to shut down my phone for this thing to work. It wouldn't be a Cindy video without updating on that. I wonder if there's too much glare. Anyway, I just got back from my walk. Oh, hope you can't see how hot I am. I got 1.6 miles in this morning and it was 70 out. So hot. So I made myself a strawberry keto chow with a little bit of raspberry because I know, I don't like strawberry and I had a little bit left, but it wasn't enough, so I opened a raspberry. So good, and I put some of my strawberries from my garden that taste like strawberries. Now, am I afraid of the few carbs from that? No. Why? Because I exercise every single day. I've showed you my little coloring things, and I was going to bring one over and forgot. But you can't exercise away a bad diet. In other words, I'm not going to eat a hamburger and french fries, and I'm not going to eat hamburger helper and exercise and hope that that helps. No, I'm on the carnivore diet. I don't eat any carbs. And when I exercise, that only enhances what I'm doing. So a few strawberries, what did I use? Probably half a cup. But once you get them all ground up in there, it's maybe a quarter cup. I don't know. I didn't measure, but I wanted to show you some stuff from around the yard. I was listening to Homestead How while I was walking, and I got home and I thought, man, every time I turn around, there's a new carnivore doing a YouTube video. And it's like, oh, there's so many of them. I don't get a lot of views. Is it because I don't have carnivore in my name or carnivore in my title? I don't know. But if I see one, I'm probably going to watch it. And he's very good. Oh my gosh, his story today brought me to tears. I just want him to know go watch my story about what being on birth control did to me in my 40s. Yes, I got a blood clot from birth control pill, and your doctor was wrong. And I'm sorry your daughter had to go through that, because that's terrible for a parent to have to deal with. Bad enough for my family. Go watch my story. So anyway, I started thinking, is carnivore the new keto? I mean, it was keto this, keto that. First Atkins, right? I did Atkins very successfully. Of course, everybody thought I was going to die and have heart disease, but I didn't. And then I went to keto in 2016. I did very well. My story goes on. 2017, my dad died. A year and a half later, a year and a half later, we got some papers in the mail, and it was a stressful time. But I had started keto in January, and I was already losing weight by August. But yeah, so keto worked for me, except for my issues. Go watch my videos. Anyway, I wanted to show you this iris. I can't remember what it's called. I gotta look it up. It's gorgeous. Beautiful. And then we have honeysuckle. You walk out the back door and it smells like honeysuckle. Oh my goodness, so great. This is the peace rose. These are alongside our house in the front. Huge, huge bush. Gorgeous. And it's funny because some of them are yellow. This is the same. These start out pink and then they go to yellow, but some of them are yellow. And then this one, I think, is a Tropicana. Gorgeous. And then I'm not really sure what this one's called, but they're really small. All of the little flowers are small. Now, you can take off the extra buds and they'll be bigger, but I ain't got time for that. And then this red one smells amazing. The red ones and my purple ones smell the best. Oh, they're wonderful. This is the same bush. How gorgeous is that? And then I had a mini rose. This one's white. It's getting quite big, and they will keep growing. So anyway, I was thinking about this whole carnival thing. And, you know, what it's done to my life, I've healed. I've said it in my videos. I'm not going to repeat it. But if you're on the fence or you don't understand it and you think this is the craziest thing in the world, why is it that vegan and vegetarian is not crazy? It's the norm. Why is this diet WW? You know, that's okay. Drinking Slim Fast is okay. That's not extreme. That's not crazy. And why is, you know, all these Jenny Craigs, why are those okay and the norm and acceptable, but carnivore is not? When our ancestors, that's all they had was hunting. Hieroglyphics show hunters, not too much gathering. But back then, these kind of things were seasonal. And they were very tiny and sour and bitter and hard to eat. You know why we cook vegetables? Because where they came from. Our ancestors. Grandma cooked our vegetables to smithereens because her grandma did, her mom, on down. Why? Because they have hybridized and changed the structure of fruits and vegetables to make them palatable, sweeter, bigger, redder, oranger. You know what I'm talking about. Greener. They're not ancient, they're not original fruits and vegetables. They've all been changed. Look at all these new apples that come out. The fruit stand where I go, they don't even sell Red Delicious anymore. And that's my favorite. I don't like Golden Delicious. I always liked Red Delicious. They're not very sweet. And that's probably why people don't want them. They want Cosmic Crisp, they want Cosmic, Honey Crisp, you know, all those, but Fuji's are really good. But yeah, I mean, it's like they had to cook the root vegetables or they wouldn't be edible. So yeah, this stuff is all seasonal. But back to, is carnivore the new keto? I think it is. Now, I said it before, I think people should start out keto. And what does that mean? Well, honestly, carnivore is keto because keto is a state of metabolic, it's a metabolic state, okay? It's where you're burning ketones for fuel and fat for fuel, not glucose. And this is 1 gram, the keto chow, if you make by the package. And then if you add, I mean, you can go into Carb Manager and say, okay, I used a 1/4 cup of fresh strawberries, and it will tell you how many carbs are now a total. And if you want to track, that's fine. I don't, because I eat the proper human diet. Now, I told you before I went on it to stop the issue that I was having that evidently people get when they're on carnivore. Actually, it healed me. And if I go off, like if I have anything I'm not supposed to, now I had chicken the other day, and then the next day was not pleasant. I don't know why. Is my system just not used to that? And I was watching a really good video about people who were vegetarian and vegan and switched their diets. You have spent all these years damaging your GI. It doesn't know how to digest protein, meat protein, because it hasn't had to. You've robbed it, and you've caused your body to have to adjust. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Your body was designed to process, digest animal protein. So it's kind of like back in the day when keto first started becoming popular and everybody was talking about it and everybody was doing keto cookbooks. I didn't buy a keto cookbook. I just kind of made up my own stuff, and I did go online and everything. But when you're on carnivore, you don't really need a keto or a carnivore cookbook. You can watch Cassie. She does a lot of carnivore cooking. Ketogenic Woman. She does a lot of, Wendy from Loving It on Keto, they do carnivore a lot. That's how I found out about beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And so then I took hot dogs, beef hot dogs, the big fatty ones, because I love those. And what I did was I wrapped a piece of half-cooked bacon around it. And then I covered it in beef, ground beef, rolled it, got it all covered up, put it in the air fryer. Delicious. Very good. I mean, you can get some ideas from these people who take the time. I mean, highfalutin keto? What is it? Oh, highfalutin low carb. Come on, Cindy. Kick your brain in gear. I mean, he does recipes. All these people do recipes, trying stuff out. I don't have time for that. I had to take my mom to the doctor this morning. I've told you before, she has dementia. I take and care for her every day. I go over, give her breakfast and all this other stuff. And then I get home. I've got watering to do. I've got my own laundry. I've got to figure out what's for dinner at my house. Her house is clean. Her watering is done. Her laundry is clean. She's got dinner in the fridge, and I don't. That's the life of a caretaker, especially family. So I don't have time. We eat very simple, very basic. I eat hamburger, steak. I'll make us a steak. And my husband's been so good and gracious about all this. He's just so happy to get a meal. He will eat whatever I put in front of him. Now, he can take a few more carbs than I can. So I always make him a side dish. No, we don't eat noodles. We don't eat rice. I give him rice every once in a while. We don't eat potatoes. No, we don't eat anything white. No, we don't eat anything white. They used to say, oh, only eat cauliflower. Well, we don't do plants very well anymore. So anyway, I just had a thought in my head. Is carnivore the new keto? I believe it is. Watching Reversed, it's very good. Season 3, or am I on season 3 or 4? 3 and 4. They're really good. The first 2 seasons were kind of hard to get into. It does go very slow, but you get really to know the characters. And oh, Lisa, wow. What an amazing woman she was. And her daughter was there with her. That's the kind of daughter I want to be. Supportive of my parent. It's not easy. So anyway, I just want you to think about that. I really liked Homestead How's video today. He talks about what it's done for him, what it's done for his daughter, and how it's healed his problems. And I'm sitting here going, he is way too young to have these problems. Not if you've been eating crap for 30 years. Not if you've been destroying your system for 30 years. Yeah. Juice Man back in the day used to say, you can only abuse your body for about 30 years and then it starts telling on you, right? Whether it's weight or, arthritis, autoimmune, all those. It's going to start telling on you. And now you've got to undo what you've just done. And that's why I love these carnivore communities. Hopefully they can reach the young people. Don't think that they're going to reach Joey Schwartz because he's off the rails. He shouldn't have as many viewers as he has. What a nasty, awful, rotten person. And his followers? Terrible. If you're a follower of Joey Schwartz, you need to get off there now. He is poison. I'm probably going to get banned now. Hey, I'm sorry. You know what he did? He called Larry and Cassie fat and stupid. Oh, that's bad. That's terrible. And the community and people who are not even in the community have risen up against him and commented. You go watch Carnivore Quest video on what went down. They got a message from this guy going, oh, I'm going to do a video about you. So when they started watching it, they started scrolling the comments and everybody was blasting Joey, just blasting. And these are people that they don't even know, because that's how nasty it was. So don't listen to people like that. No. You want to listen to the good ones. Find out, it'll say right there, Carnivore Quest also watches Dr. Chafee or Dr. Barry or, what these other, it's hard, there's so many. I can't even listen. I'm going to have to sit down and literally write them down because I don't know. Am I a carnivore channel? No. Am I a carnivore? Yes. And I think that they are doing such a good job that they don't need me out there saying, oh, I healed my arthritis and I healed my lower GI and I healed my asthma. Try it yourself. Just go, okay, what are my problems? What really are my problems? Did I think asthma was a problem? No, I've had it my entire life. It's not a problem, it's my life, right? No, it's a problem. So write down your problems and you go, what can I do to fix this? What am I doing that is making it worse and not heal? Carnivore is about healing. I think keto is really good for brain. You know, your brain loves ketones. I don't care what they say. Glucose is not your major fuel. Glucose is a dirty fuel. It leaves an oxidative trail. Ketones are clean fuel. So write down what you think you have going on and say, now how can I fix this? Start watching Dr. Baker, Dr. Chafee, Steak and Butter Gal, 5 Minute Body. There's so many. I mean, I can't even name them all. Just oodles and oodles and oodles of them. You've got to do your studying. This is what I do every morning. I get up. Yes, I drink coffee too. Oh no, I'm not carnivore. And I sit there and I watch on my iPad all the new videos that are coming out. See some new ones. And then I go on my walk and then I do all that other stuff I told you. Then I come home. Now I've got stuff to do before I sit down again and start watching some that may have popped up today. And then tonight when I go to bed, I'll get on it again and see what's going on with the people, with the community, and join the communities. Now, I do want to tell you before I go, because I don't want this long, I had belonged to keto groups on Facebook, and I had to get the heck out. All they wanted to talk about was desserts. Oh, what can I make? What can I make? Almond flour, coconut flour, monk fruit, all of this stuff. And I'm like, we should be talking about the ketogenic diet, which is moving towards your body creating ketones. Now, if I make a dessert out of erythritol and almond flour and I taste it, oh, that's delicious because it's sweet. My brain goes, you're not funny and you're not tricking me. Now I'm going to tell the pancreas to release insulin because we're anticipating glucose. Your brain doesn't know the difference between erythritol and sugar. It just knows it tastes sweet. And then there goes the insulin and it's out. Somebody told me, no, it's not roaming around my body. BS. Insulin is now out there on the hunt for that glucose that it thinks is out there. Now you've got the fat storing hormone floating around your body. You are not going to lose fat that way. You're not going to lose fat on keto desserts, keto bars, keto anything. Forget it. So I had to quit these groups, and I kept telling them, you're just replacing one bad habit with another. The whole point of going on a keto diet, or let's say a carnivore diet, or even a vegetarian diet, is to get away from the pattern of eating foods that have caused you problems. whether it's inflammation or weight gain or brain fog, whatever. Brain fog is inflammation. It's getting you off of that. You can't do that when you are making these keto, and they wouldn't listen to me. And they're, oh, keto, please. No, I got out of there. I quit them. I hate to say this, but I quit the Keto Chow support page because everybody was like, oh, I put this sweetener in my Keto Chow, and try this sweetener, the skinny mixers and all this stuff. You're not tricking your brain. Your brain still tastes sweet. This is not very sweet. I used maybe a handful of strawberries, and yes, they taste delicious, like not you would get in the store. But it is not very sweet at all. I didn't add any extra fake sweetener in here. My brain is not stupid. Is it going to raise my insulin? Probably, but you know what? Your insulin goes up, it drops down. That's what you want. And you want it to stay there until your next meal. Even eating protein, your insulin goes up. It's just life. It's biochemistry or whatever, physiology. It's the up, down, up, down, up, down all day long. There was a digital board in the doctor's office where I took my mom, and it said, I kid you not, eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. No! Because you get your insulin up, then it comes down. Oh, and snacks. All right, now I'm going to snack. There goes the insulin. Then it starts to drop, and then now you're going to eat a meal, and then you're going to have a snack, and then it goes up and down. That's the bad part. That's what you don't want. You want to keep that insulin as low as possible, all right? There's, let's say up here, you eat something sweet. Boing! I mean, it goes way up. If you eat protein, it's not going to go up that high, and it's going to drop quickly. It doesn't do that with carbohydrates, and that's why you need to reduce those and not keep eating 6 meals a day. No, I'm sorry, these doctors, don't get me started, but Dr. Berry talks about this, and they don't get it because they don't get any education on it. They just know how to prescribe pills. All right, that's enough of soapbox. Thank you for listening. And think about it. Is carnivore the new keto?